The rock star Michael Hutchence has been found dead at a hotel in Sydney. A short time ago, police confirmed he hanged himself.
Police say 26-year-old Aaron Swartz killed himself yesterday in his Brooklyn apartment.
Fashion designer was found dead, hanging from a doorknob inside her apartment.
How about that for an intro? Welcome to the Black Sheep Researcher. Right guys, so what is going to happen in this video today is a little bit different. I got a comment on one of my videos just asking where is this video? I hadn't made it. What you saw just then was a little intro for a short that I used to just put on social media to get people interested in researching Janos because of the significance and the nature of those doorknob ritual hangings, because people who didn't know that was connected to Janos and the doors. And I don't want to just make a video say, hey, and go through the names, yeah, they were found hanged on the dead, and go into that detail. I'm different. I'm the black sheep, I'm the outcast, so I like to do things differently. And then when I've just looked at my video content that I've made on this, I've done so many videos on the doors and what is like the nature of a door, why is it significant to them, and that's what I want to include in this video. So it's not just going to be I'm going to read out some names. That's been done, I did that on a live. I want to show the people the significance, the importance of a door, not just from opening and shutting. So in this video I'm going to include all my old videos that some of you might not have watched, in parts explaining the significance of doors, and new stuff as I found it. I found something really intriguing by just watching one of my old videos back. I'm like, why did I not see that? And now I can put it into this video. So that's what you're going to get, guys. Yes, there's doorknob ritual hangings, and we may talk about it a little bit after I've done it in my thoughts, but in this video I just want to show you the importance of a door. Why are doors so important? And this is what you're going to get. Enjoy. There are things known, and there are things unknown, and in between are the doors. I know your works. Behold, I have set before you an open door which no one is able to shut. I know that you have but little power, and yet you have kept my word and have not denied my name. So here's another verse. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And this carries on a little bit. He was with God in the beginning. Now we'll carry this on. So those are verses from Revelation 3:8 and Genesis 1:1. Both are significant, both are El-Evan. Now, once I anagrammed the word, and I got the following, D-O-W-R, which etymologically is the old word for oak and door. So how wow is that? So you can start to see what I'm painting here. So the other significant word that we've used in them verses is beginning, and in Greek this means arche or arche, to begin, to be first, in order or origin. That's how significant. So you can just see it now. So now if we use the old verse with the new words, here goes. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Now it should spell, in the arch was the door, and the door was with God, and the door was God. Tell me the significance of that now changes everything. Just blows my mind. That is surely a huge wow, and significantly showing you about the door. So hopefully now you can see what is so special about doors and how we don't look at doors. I mean, I've got so much more to go into this. Even though it's going to be a shortish video, it's still going to be full packs of all my old videos and all my old theories that will just show you why the doorknob ritual is so revered amongst the Lites. So let's just carry on here. So here is another verse for you, just to show you. Lift up your heads, you gates. Be lifted up, you ancient doors. So you're an ancient door, that the King of Glory may come in. So you can just see the significance of you and doors. And God made the arch. Now this is another verse in Genesis. And instead of being the firmament or the vault, in some places it's called the arch, which it is etymologically. So here goes. And God made the arch for a division between the waters which were under the arch and those which were over it. And it was so. And God gave the arch the name of Heaven. And there was evening, and there was morning the second day. So he's telling you that the doorway, the arch, has been given the name of Heaven. Tell me that isn't wow. So I've just been talking about the arch being called Heaven. So there's two arches, remember, according to that verse, one above, one below. So it's funny that when we look typically to, if I say heaven to you, you automatically think up, don't you? In the skies, in the clouds, in the heavens. Celestial, remember, celestial archway, chamber, in a cave. We're in a cave, and the archway that basically tells you that. But we automatically think of heaven as above and hell below. Now I did a video a long time ago, I'm going to put it in this video in a sec, talking about hell and heaven. Hell, heaven, both spell 11. But when we look at the etymology of the first letter of each of those, look at it, hell and heaven, it's a doorway. And you can see from the image there, the first one, it's a doorway. It screams door, so it's showing you even the importance of that. Hell and heaven, the first letter of hell and heaven is a door. It can't get any more in your face than that. So I'll be coming back to this because I've got a few things on this. But here coming up now is just my little explanation of hell and heaven. Right guys, I'm going to show you now why I really made this video. And it excites me, and you know when I get excited I have to share it, and to me it's huge. But I have to admit, it is beneficial for anyone who's watching this to go and check out my Realm of 11 videos to get a grasp on this 11, because what's coming up will just blow your minds. So I want to share with you the journey that I was on to find what I'm just about to show you through, you know, what happened to me in the days and the nights, because it came to me in my sleep. It actually woke me up. So we're talking about heaven and hell, and when I look at different words and different things, I always look to see if they equate to 11 in gematria. So when I put heaven, I wanted to do it separately, so I put heaven in, it came to 10. 5 and 5 equals 10. I put hell in, I got 37 and 10. And I was like, wow, that's just one off. How close could you get to 11? And it was going through me all day. And you know how I get, and I'm assuming I'm like you guys. When you know you're close to something and it's nagging, it's at the tip of your tongue, it's ready to come out, and you're just thinking, what is it? So I kept persisting. So heaven and hell. And then it came to me, well, etymology of those words, heaven. And I thought, you know what, I'm not going to do that, because this is the Christian one, heaven and hell, basically, isn't it? And it started to come out with heaven and hell from the 12th century, which is the great vow to hell shift. So this is the Christian heaven and hell. Others are called, what I've done in the video. So it got to me thinking, well, heaven, hell, and they both start with H. So what, Paul? Look at the etymology of the letter H. So bang, I did it, and on your screen, this is basically the etymology of the letter H. Now, guys, look at it, and please tell me that is not a door. To me, that's 100% a door. And I'm thinking, well, in obviously the Christian heaven and hell, and most other religions, there's always a gate in hell and a gate in heaven. So we're talking the first letter, the letter for the etymology for the letter H, and it's a doorway. And we're always taught about heaven and hell, the pearly gates, the gate, even in Greek Hades and different things, which I didn't put in because most of us know this, but most hells have gates and heaven has, gates as well. So I'm thinking, no way, it's a doorway, it's a gateway. And then you go back to the gematria, and the two H's, if you obviously stand them above each other, or whatever way you want it, heaven and hell, both are H, and there are one each. So one on either side is, again, the 11. So I was like, no way, I found the 11, because the etymology, the gematria spells 10, but obviously set the 0, and one on either side, the pillars, the doorway, the 11 became, and I was like, no way, is this like the paradiola where I'm making it or seeing things? And then it came to me, guys, and it made me really emotional. I don't mind saying it, I don't know, I was in tears, but I was just like, my mouth absolutely dropped. They always tell us, and people in the community say, it's role reversal. They always like to mirror things or reverse it. Correct, but you can all agree on that. So put hell at top. So you got hell at top and heaven at the bottom, right? So we know the H is a doorway. So take the doorway. So straight away you got a doorway. Take away the H. So you got hell. So take away the H. What are you left with for hell? It's L. So you got L. Let's go to heaven. Right. So take away the H from heaven. You're left with Evan. Put the L in front of the Evan. You get 11. And even saying that, guys, I get the shivers. I really do get the shivers. Heaven and hell spell 11. In my original Realm of 11 video, in my thoughts, I say, oh, doesn't heaven sound like 11? But I didn't think of putting hell with it. So you're taking the doorways which are the 11, the 1, you take that off. You are left with L and Evan, 11. Guys, peeps, flockers, that to me kicked me in the nuts. I don't mind saying, I honestly, even now thinking of this, and I woke up in the night saying I was dreaming, and I said to myself, Paul, take the H off, and I took it off, and I said, well, that leaves L, obviously name of God or deity, L, and then you're left with heaven. I said, well, take the H off, heaven, Evan, put the L in front, 11. That to me is one of the biggest finds that I will ever do, I believe. I've done 3, 4, 5 videos on 11 now, and to top it off, what they portray as heaven and hell spell 11. Come on, guys, I can't just be the one who sees the significance of this. I'll obviously talk about it more on my thoughts, but I just wanted to leave that bombshell with you guys that hell and heaven, take the H off, which are the doorways, spells 11. 11. I think this is just huge, but that just might be me seeing things, and hopefully you guys will in the premiere or in the comments will see the significance of this, especially if you've watched my Realm of 11 series and videos on it and wondering where will this 11 go. I showed you it's this realm, or the jurisdiction of L. I've showed you, which I'll talk about more things in in my thoughts, guys. Just wow. Oh, and finally, I want to leave this with you guys. For those people out there who are saying, oh, he's made this shit up. He couldn't get heaven and hell to get to 11, so he made the etymology H be a door and all that. Well, I've got one thing to share with you guys. Heaven and hell, indeed, add to 11. I wanted to leave that just philosophy. Here you go, guys. In gematria, 812, 8 add 1 add 2 equals, you got it, 11. Right, guys? So I'll promise you a little bit more in regard to the door, and you just saw Hell 11 video, well, a part of it, and here you go. I can't remember which video included this in, so I've had to just re-edit and put it in here now for you. So on your left you have the etymology of the letter H, and on the right just look at some of the things that fit into a door. Now some say it could be that pareidolia, some say it's a stretch, but to me there's no such thing as coincidence. People have been telling me that for a while, so how is it possible that the symbol for the door for hell and heaven, El or Elohim and Elyon, can fit into it? Look, it looks like a number 8 too. EL fit into L, fit into the door. And down below that you have I am the door of the sheep, and I've done 3 different colours, yellow, red and blue, so you can see I am the door also fits into the door. But Paul, that's a coincidence. And to finish off, it is like one of the verses that I've just mentioned there. It goes, I am the door, by me if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. So we're looking this now at the significance of the doorknob rituals. It's showing you, I am the door, by me if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. It's just wow, guys, and I'm just blown away when I look back at old videos and put them together for you guys to watch. So hopefully I can show you the significance, like I keep saying, reiterating in the video, of the door. I mean, I've got a few other things now to go in, but surely you can see it now. So in this video, it's me trying to explain and show the importance of a door and why send a message by these rituals of hanging by a door. And hopefully I've showed you the importance of a door and what a door is. For instance, we are a door. And have you ever wondered why evil, Satan, devil, demons want to possess this vessel that we are in? Because this vessel is a gateway. It also has the key to these doors, because these cannot get through. And you wonder, where's the key? Well, in an old video I showed you where the key is, and it'll blow your mind if you can't remember it. But this is why I want to show you this video, the importance of a door. I mean, there's not just the number 11, which represents the 2 posts of the door frame. You also have number 7. And the number 7 here is actually being shown you by an actual Hebrew word called deleth. Now, deleth means door, as in its entryway, symbolizing by the door, has also been connected to delah, meaning poor, weak, helpless one. Remember that verse from Revelation that added to 11? I know that you have but little power, yet you have kept my word. Word, remember, is door, and have not denied my name. So it's really symbolizing and showing you the power of the door. Now coming up is that clip that I'm talking about, where I show you where the key is within us. So do you remember that verse that got me intrigued? It says, I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. So that just got me thinking again about the binding, the Vatican, and how it's read. And I was talking about it being the vessel and the blood of us, isn't it, being bound like a spell. What if I told you that you have the keys to hell and heaven, the heaven, and that you got them at birth, and they were hidden in plain sight? Surely that would make you raise your eyebrow. What would you think about that? Some might think I'm nuts, which is plausible. Others will be, where are they hidden? Come on, tell us, we're intrigued now. Here's a clue. Latin for key is clavis. It's borrowed from Latin clavicula, meaning small key. What does clavis and clavicula sound like to you? That's the clue. And most of you will be screaming and writing it down in the chat. Yep, you'd be right. The answer is clavicle. You got it. Clavicle means key in Latin, and that is the keys that you had from birth. Now look at the clavicle. Does it not look like and remind you of horns? Like I was talking about the ram earlier. That's how it all connects. Now I know you guys are on it and good researchers. It does, doesn't it? It just reminds you of horns. Is that where they got the horned god from? Hell and angel wings from heaven? Because look, if I turn round the skeleton, does it not look like angel wings on the back and devil horns on the front and the chest? It does to me. That's just what absolutely blew my mind when I started looking at it like this, guys. So I was knocked back by what I found next, guys. It knocked me for 6. So thinking about the vessel and blood, and I said that was what they used to tie the keys because of the red. What if that is the umbilical cord? What do you think about that? Because it's tying the keys together. And the reason I'm thinking like this is it's going to blow your mind. So this talk of being bound and having the keys to hell and heaven hidden inside us, it's hidden in plain sight. Now it's hidden in the clavicle, the collarbone. That's the other name for it, the collarbone. Must be a coincidence that the clavicle is one of the first bones to form in the fetus and the last to stop growing when we are born. The clavicle, the key, starts to ossify, which means it's starting to turn, to bone. And here's the wow, it's 5 to 6 weeks it does that. So 5 or 6 is an 11. You telling me the keys to hell and heaven, which is 11, are formed at 5 to 6 weeks, which is an 11, is a coincidence? I think not, guys. That just absolutely blow my mind. So the average age when the collarbone stops growing is 21. What do you get when you're 21? You get a key. That's just a coincidence. It's just all a coincidence, Paul. Now another question for you. Right, you ready? What key is the master and opens up all doors? There is a name for it. And I know some of you are screaming in the chat now and writing it in and commenting at home when you're watching it back later. And here we go. So you got it. You got it, guys. It's called the skeleton key. Wait, isn't the key or the keys I'm talking about are in the skeleton? Why, yes. That's just another coincidence. So the key, the clavicle, is also known as the collarbone, right? And its other name, as another name, could be the shoulders, right? So people call it the shoulders, the collarbone, and the clavicle. Have a look at this verse and tell me it's not wow. I will place on his shoulder the key to the house of David. What he opens, no one can shut. And what he shuts, no one can open. Now, all depends on what you think is the key to the house of David. But isn't it a coincidence that I'm showing you that the keys to hell, heaven, 11, hell and heaven are on your shoulder because they are the clavicle, they are the keys. And there's a verse talking about I will place on his shoulder the key. Now, I've just blown away, guys, and you know when you start looking at something, sometimes you see things. Now, is this one of them? I don't know, but it just blew me away, the reference to the key on the shoulder. And then we've got the Dogon talking about how the clavicle is pi, and we know pi is tied to Janos through Ptah. It's just mind-blowing, guys, and it all added up to 11, the doors of hell and heaven. So if you want to watch that video, it's called I've Got the Key, I've Got the Secret, a bit like the song. And I'll include an image now so you can see what I was talking about, because I've just edited bits out because I can't play it all. But I was just talking about how the Dogon, that tribe in Africa, associates the collarbone to pi. Now here's pi on the screen, and come on, I'll talk you through it. You'll automatically see it. It's just blown away. So the pi value in a fraction is 22/7. It is known that pi is the irrational number, which means that the digits after the decimal point are never ending and being a non-terminating value. Therefore, 22/7 is used for everyday calculations. So the pi, which looks like a doorway, a gateway, is not equal to the ratio of any two numbers, which makes it an irrational number. Pi, like music, do they not look the same? Music is what? What is music but using keys? Pi is a door, music is a door. And look at Pythagoras when you break it down. Pi, the door. Th for theos means God, and agoros means to speak. God speaks through pi, speaks through the door. And hey, let's have a look at the fraction again. 22 add 7. Let's add those. 22 add 7 is 29. Break that down. 2 add 9 equals, you got it, 11. But hey, let's break it down even more. Let's look at it as just plain numbers. 2, 2, 7. 2 add 2 is 4. Add 7. You got it, is 11. This 11 that people keep saying I'm crazy, keeps turning up, and is pi. Wow. So you can just see the relationship. Even pi is a door and is associated to 11. So you remember this, what I just showed you not long ago, and I'm talking about, look at the collarbone. Looks like devil horns, and when it spins it looks like angel wings. And I can't remember if I said, well, what's like that famous saying about this? It's like the devil and the angels are on your shoulder. Well, it's ironic that, isn't it, when we talk about that we are doors, yet the collarbone, the shoulders, is the key. So when we see ironic images of this, of cartoons and other films, and of an angel on one side and the devil on the other, and they're trying to influence you, the door, to get the key to get possessed. It's funny that it's like when bailiffs and things come, they need a warrant to get over the door. That's how important the door is. So we've all got this talk about angels and evil, Satan, devil at your door. Well, it's like that term, the devil come knocking. The devil's always knocking at the door. Well, when you're looking at it a little bit deeper, you come to a conclusion that this is what's influencing all these rituals that we're talking about, the balance between good and evil, access to heaven and hell, access to this vessel, sending messages. And when I was just researching for this video, looking at old videos and me talking about devil, evil at your door, this is what came to boot. So remember all what you've watched so far. I'll try and go over it as I'm talking and going through things. Hopefully you'll get it, and hopefully you'll get the wow like I am talking about. So we're looking at VI here, and if you remember not long ago I made a video about devil traps being ley lines, lie lines, and how that could be a way of being possessed through the foot. Now Vi, if you remember from that video, means in Latin, it means violence, violently, or vis, or force. So a lot of words come from it, as you can see on the screen, from Proto-European UI, with similar meaning and probably related to various other roots and their reflexes. Words like vir, man, virtue, virtuous, might, virtue, violate, all come from vi. So it's force, it's violence. and it's VI. And if you've not twigged yet, I've just mentioned it. Well, evil, as you can see on the screen now, what's in the middle? I've just talked about it. Vi, the force, violent. How crazy is that, that the word evil contains this force that is knocking at the door? Now, if you cover the Vi now, you now get El, El, Elohim, Elyon. And remember, what did it show you that you could be made into? The letter H also is symbolic of a door. And there you go. So, you got the violence, you got the force of evil, which contains the L's, as I've been talking about. I'm just blown away. So you have the, when you block out the divide, the force, the violent nature, you're left with EL, the L's. Now remember, etymology for a door is delta and deleth, which is the letter D. Well, you've only got to put D on evil. And what do you get? You get devil. Strange that this word is lived backwards and lived. The dual meaning. How crazy is just putting D, delete, delta, the letter D, also means door. So the door and evil make the devil. When the devil is at your door, it is the force, it is the violent nature of the L's coming for you to possess, to influence, and to take the keys for hell and heaven. And this is why they do all their rituals. And something else that just blew my mind, I'm going to talk over now. So what I'm going to show you now is something that I've just found when I've been researching this, and I did mention it, the word, in the old video, but I didn't put two and two together like I've done in this video. And it's funny how when we play with words, mine are a stretch, but when everyone else does it, it's, yeah, that's good work. That it's just ironic, isn't it? So I've just found a generic image for these people. Now you can call them the Lites, the elites, the Shites. You call them whatever you want, but the generic, there's another generic term for these that you could call them. Could it not be the gatekeepers? Now, it's funny that we're talking about gatekeepers and we're talking about doors and the significance of this. So when we then go back to that word delet or deleth, and it means door. It got me to thinking, and I said in the other video, that when I always was saying delete, I was saying the word delete. Now, again, we always talk how they're trying to cull the population, they're trying to delete the population. Now, remember, the letter D is for deleth. D, delta, means doorway. So, like the devil bit, the D means doorway. So let's just cover that crudely. And what are we left with? We are left with elite. Sounds like elites. The Lites, the followers of El, the evil, the force, the violent force. And deletion is a violent force. So it's funny that when you do cover deleth and delete, it sounds similar to me. It's quite spelt quite similar too. When you cover the D, you are left with the Lites, the elites, the doorkeepers of the L's. And they're trying to delete the population. It's funny that, isn't it? And I just was thinking of that when I was doing this video. Oh, look, if you do this like I did with the devil with the EV, the delete shows you elite. It's crazy. So I'm going to finish now with something that's known as the doorway effect, because obviously it's really significant about doors. And see what you guys think of this. It is in an old video, but you know, it's a long time ago. And again, I want to put everything in this video to show you the importance of the doors. Have you heard of the doorway effect? Nope, me either. Well, obviously he did, but you know what I mean. But like me, I guarantee you have been affected. So, what is it? Have you ever walked through a door and forgot basically what you was going to do? If the answer is yes, that's the doorway effect. Some might be thinking, come off it, Paul, this ain't true. But psychologists believe that walking through a door and entering another room creates what's known as a mental blockage in the brain. Meaning that walking through open doors basically resets the memory to make room for a new episode to emerge. It's crazy, isn't it? And this is generally referred to as the doorway effect. I mean, this guy looks like he's had a few too many shocks, but this is Professor Gabriel Radvansky, psychologist from Notre Dame, wherever you come from. And Gabriel Radvansky suggests that passing through doorways is basically the cause of these memory lapses. Entering or exiting through a doorway serves as an event boundary in the mind, which separates episodes of activity and files them basically away. Recalling the decision or activity that was made in a different room is difficult because it has been compartmentalized. Now, you're all watching, and you're watching this and you're thinking, come on, when is he going to mention Yanis or that number 11? And I hate to, let you guys down. And here you go. Remember, Yanis is the number 11, represents the doorway. Funny that, isn't it? Considering doorway equals 11 too. Do you know what I mean? And what are we talking about in this video? Well, I'm going to be talking about the doorway effect. Nah, doorway effect surely can't add to 11. But wait, it has. No coincidence though, guys.
Yeah, they call me the black sheep. You know they call me the black sheep.
Hello and welcome. Right, guys, I want to start this with some sad news. I never like to do this because it's been a bad few years. We've lost so many flockers, some friends, family of the channel, and it's always sad. And if you saw the beginning, I don't know if some people missed it. Sadly, Brian Evans, who was a flocker, he used to come to all the premieres and everything and interact with the chat and me, and he will be sadly missed. Unfortunately, he's passed away. So I wanted to put it right at the beginning and show my appreciation for what Brian was. And he was it meant a lot to a lot of people, and he went to a lot of chats, a lot of premieres, a lot of things. So he meant a lot to a lot of people, and this is just me saying thank you for being a part of my life and being a part of the chat. A lot of people will miss him. We'll all miss him. So on with the video. I'm not trying to get emotional. It's just been a mad few years when we've lost so many. So this video is, I don't know how to describe it. I got a comment on YouTube, and I apologise. I can't remember your name because I didn't plan on making it. And they basically asked, where's this video, Paul, of the doorknob rituals? And I'm like, I haven't done one. What you seen at the beginning was just my 1:50 video intro, like an intro, a short, showing people the significance of the doorknob rituals, and then the connection to Yanis. It's like, people, what is the influence of Yanis? And I used to throw them that 1:50 video so people go, that's intriguing. Never thought of it that way. So that was what was at the beginning, and I was asked where's the video. So I thought long and hard, should I do a video? And I'm thinking, well, what can I do a video? I don't want to do a video of saying, right, because I've done a Janos 101 video and various other Janus videos. I've had segments on the doorknob rituals. I've even done a doorknob ritual live video, briefly talking about it. So I want to do something different and show the significance of doors. But I've done a few videos on doors and that. So I thought, you know what? Instead of just completely editing it and putting it in here, I wanted to rethink it. Still put little bits in, but expand on it a little bit, which I have done with a few things. And I know when people use words, ironically, it's when I use it, it's like I'm stretching. And then when other people do it, it's, whoa, that's cool, that's intriguing, it's showing you. Like, you know, like television, everyone uses that. I talk about library, the lying, and then when I do all these words, it's a stretch. But that's life, unfortunately. So I wanted to show the significance on doors and why they possibly could be doing it. A lot of the stuff in there is just conjecture, me theorising it. But hey, I'm thinking out loud. And I just want to show you what's in his crazy head and make a good video. And I believe I've done a good video. A lot of whoa when you start looking at it this way. And when you put it all together, these little bits, you're like, damn, now I can see why doors are important, the significance of doors. Because the God of gods is Janos. It doesn't matter if you want to believe what I say or show you, that is down to you. But there's no way of getting away. But you can't, as they say, put your head in the sand and go, la 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 la, I'm not talking when he's talking, Janet. That's what people do. Because this is changing and giving people a lot more information on a lot of subjects because of the connections. And that's why I'm not liked. And these videos not liked. Because I'm offering an explanation that makes you go, huh, yeah, that makes sense. People don't want that. So when we're looking at this subject and thinking, why would they hang them by doors? What's the symbolic nature of that? Well, firstly, like doors are a gateway to a transition. Now, some people will believe some of them are not dead. It's still a transition. The actors are transitioning from one part to another. So that nature straight away is a Janos-esque. It's a transition. He's a god of transition. So the transitioning, it's like a metamorphic type of event. You're changing. Now we can talk about spiritually. Why would they do that? Well, when you read all those verses about Jesus, God being the door, and then they're hanging him up on the door, and they're choking the life out where the key is, you start to think, it makes sense, unfortunately, when it's talking about a subject, when it includes life, because as I was saying in various other videos, I'm starting to go away from calling them, because we have to be better than them. We have to show that, you know what, yes, you can call us, you can ridicule us, but we'll have to just turn the other cheek and we'll just have to smile and show people instead of, right, you know, slagging them off, calling them. Let's try and be better, which is hard in this reality because you so just want to have digs, as we call them. So when you then restart everything from the beginning, and I know it's not technically the beginning, but it is when they rejigged the Bible. They included the Genesis. So they're making a statement, and people can say they made the statement, they've written the Bible, it was only in the 13th century, 12th century, you know, all that type of thing. Well, you think still some of these are old, still old, so it's still a message. So when you look, and the first things it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And you just play around with words like I do. Again, it's not to be taken as fact, but when I look at beginning and find out that its Greek meaning was arche, or ark, you start to think, well, Janos is a god of doorways and portals. Arches are doors. They're just doorless, but there's still gateways, there's still doorways that you can pass through. And then when I anagrammed the word and got DOWR, which is an old spelling for door and oak, I'm like, wow. If anyone else, like I said in this ritual, it's true though, guys, isn't it? If any big channels would have done that, you saw things that had to go viral and things, we should be never taken as fact. I'm just showing an opinion, like an onion. It's just layers and layers, and each of us has a layer for this onion. It's when you put them all together that you can go, oh, that's painting a different picture of that. So if we rechange it to door and arch, in the beginning comes in the arch was the door. It is door though, isn't it? And the door was with God. And the door was God. And then you see verses when he says, I am the door. So I'm right then, aren't I? If there's another verse saying, I am the door, and I just showed you that the word can become the door, you're like, I was just dumbfounded. And obviously the archway and different things, there's so many different verses and different variations of the Bible, as you know. I'm just trying to find one now that I had on my phone. Is it? See, and then I was talking about in the video that further on in Genesis it says, and God made the arch for a division between the waters which were under the arch and those that were over it. And it was so. And God gave the arch the name of heaven. And there was evening and there was morning the second day. That, to me, is just painting a picture of we're in a cave. Doesn't it? God created the arch, the door. The waters are above, the waters are below. So you have two arches. It's a circle. I've showed you many times in many videos of this theory that I have. And then when it starts talking of arch, and you just have to go, wow. I mean, it literally blew what I had left off. So that's when you're asking yourself. So straight away, when you change them words, you can see the significance. Then you're like, wow. So it really is important that the first thing that was created was the door. And we are the door made flesh. We are the vessels. Just literally blows your mind. And I know I'm slightly going away from the topic of the doorknob rituals, but I'm looking at hopefully the bigger picture on the significance of doors and why they mean so much to us. I mean, think about it. They're so special. The police have to get a warrant to get past that door. They can't just help themselves. That's showing you the threshold is significant and has some power. And the God who taught humans law, don't forget, humans were taught law by Janos Noah of the ark, the arch. He taught humans how to build walls around cities. Oh, that's a lovely star thought, that. Oh, did you know Janos taught humans how to build walls, cities? Oh, it's not the same thing. Well, it is. People just don't want to know. Yes, this is just someone's opinion from an ancient book. So is the other theory. I love just to add things and give people an opinion. When you start seeing it like this, oh, it's maritime law. Janos, Noah, first shipbuilder, taught humans law. It's like you can't make it up. And the refusal from a lot of top people to ignore because it's just coming from me. It is pathetic, really. And I smile now because it's just gone to that point where they can't hide it anymore. A lot more people are researching because of my persistence. And people just want a different opinion now. I'm seeing a lot more people who just want a different opinion. And I'm seeing more and more people now who don't want the drama of the shit. We've been told what to do, what to say, who to follow, who to watch. It's off-putting. So when we put all these significant things together, surely now you see, Yes, I can see why hanging them by the door would be very symbolic, because their God is the God of doors. And they are deleting that character. I mean, you just got to look at a few other things. From that, you have kept my word and you've not denied my name. So it's now, you have kept my door and you have not denied my name. And it always says, this door, he will create a door that cannot be closed. So then when you look at it like that way, what is a door? Is it the full vessel? Is it our soul? Is this the doorway that cannot be shut because we have the key? Is this why they influence us, coming through our souls and have the angel and the devil on our shoulder? Things start to make you go, Things that make you go, And think about it. What is it? So if they then talk, people say, well, Paul, this door's the pineal, it's enlightenment. Okay, so the guy that you always talk about, Manly P. Hall and all this, he calls that door the pineal, which is there inside, in between the two 11s. That's what they call the 11s, the 11 lines, is called Janos. So whatever way you want to look at it, you can show how it's connection and the importance. I am the door, but if any man entering wants to be saved, he shall go in and out and find pasture. So he's basically saying there. And also man can be the virtus, the V-I-R, the V-A-I-R, which is also connected to what I went on to talk about in evil and devil. Why is the devil knocking at the door? All this talking of doors, is it the split personality? Creation in the beginning was the door. It was the doorway too. And the door will be called heaven. The first arch will be called heaven. Heaven, hell. We symbolically say heaven is up, don't we? Because that's what we're told. And hell down below. But there's two doors made called heaven and hell. Etymology of H. Looks like a door. That must be just a pure coincidence. Okay. So we left, take the H's off both heaven and hell. You are now given for hell, L, and heaven is Evan. Put together, 11. I wish someone would talk about this. Oh wait, I have. And I will keep putting it because I just want to put this perspective over, and it's like, am I crazy or is this a pattern emerging? Heaven and heaven, heaven and 11, 11 represents the door, the post. Some people say 1 on 1 is not 11. 11 is just what I'm saying to get it across. 11 is some of the gematria, but also it represents the two posts. So when you see all these people in the Tartary community and other communities talking about the double-headed eagle, you come across, okay, did you know the first use of the double-headed eagle was found on a door? And it was a Hittite seal to the god Janos. Can you hear the crickets? The room has cleared. Paul has entered the room. The room has cleared. They don't want to listen. Again, showing you the symbolic nature of a doorway. That's why they used to put lions as guardians, gatekeepers to the door. If only lions was 11 too. Oh wait, it is. So when we start showing you these things and I'm talking about it, yes, I do have a laugh. I have to laugh about it now and joke about it and be ironic because I can see it, and a lot of you can see you're watching today. I don't force anyone to watch the video. I don't, pardon me, portray to say I'm fact. No, I just want to add you guys to have another layer of the onion, another opinion. Because when you have more opinions, you then have a better selection to go from. How many times have you got to say, I am the door? Adversary is Satan. Does that mean there's more than one door? The scientist said there's 11 dimensions that the brain can visualize. Why 11? Who knows? So, those verses that we was using, obviously, John 1:1. And funny that if anyone is just showing him for the first time, John is a derivative of Johannes, and Johannes is a derivative of, yes, Janos. John 1:1, showing you. They're gatekeeping, it's a doorway, they want you to enter. Then the next was Revelation 3:8, 8 and 3. Oh wait, 11. I know you have but little power, yet you have kept my word, which is a door, and you have not denied my name. So all this talking of the doors just blows my mind. And again, I'm over religious, but I'm using that because some of these are old passageways stemming from the Bible, other places, other old books, and they were placed into the Bible. And also some have a significance, so you have to use them. So if anyone else can use them, why can't I use them? It's just information. It just blows, it really does, just really blows my mind that all this symbology is connected. I mean, how can the first bone to be ossify is the key? It's like that is what's keeping you to this reality, and it's giving you the access then to use the key to heaven and hell. And that ossifies between 5 and 6 weeks, which is, and then you get a key. I don't know if in the States you do this or everywhere around the world, but in the UK there's generally like a ritual that when you're 21 you get the key. I got one when I was 21 many moons ago. So it just seems funny that this key forms and ossifies, goes to the skeleton key of 5 to 6, which is 11, and you get it at 21. The symbol of manhood, that transitioning from boy to man. It's like, how many more things can you talk about in this video in regard to why they do it? I mean, you even have the doorway effect, the symbolic nature of you forgetting things. And that is why when I was talking about the other video, and I've done videos on atmospheric memory and memories, could the memories be kept somewhere else? Because how can you forget something walking through a door? Now, if people are honest, and 99% who watch my channel are, you would go, yes, I've done that. I've walked through the door, I've gone to the next room, and I'm like, what did I want? I can't remember now. And go back down into back where you was, and you're like, got it. So that's showing you the power of the door right there. And even saints are recognizing now as a doorway effect. Tell me that has not got you going, wow, because a lot of people don't have time, unfortunately. We're a busy people out here, and everyone's busy to go back through my back catalogue and look at some of the videos I've done, because some of the topics and things I've covered and shown, I'm like, in hell, I even forget because I've walked through many doors since then. So we're showing you the power of the door straight away. I mean, etymologically, letter D is for deleth, or delete, spelled a few different ways. And also delta, triangle. What is a symbol for the divine? A triangle. And it also represents a door. So the letter D is a door. We have evil knocking at the door, trying to influence us, trying to do evil things. Evil. And when I saw that, well, not today, but when I did it the other day, I'm like, wow, cover that. Evil is the L's and the force of L's. The violent nature of the L's. Is it talking about electricity? Because a lot of good people, I know I'm not on Twitter anymore, but good people I know were talking about how electricity is bad. So that could be into that nature. And you got that just from covering evil, live. But why when evil is knocking at the door, does it become the devil? Etymologically. Wow. And when I did that, I automatically thought, shit, look at the word delete. It is the doorway of the elites. Delete. And I'm like, they're talking about our deletion and them being doorkeepers, gatekeepers. What are they guarding? What are they stopping us to get through? Because remember, it talks about how God created a door that no one can shut. Is that why the influence of evil, they want to get into this? Back to the... Because aren't angels demons and demons were angels? It just blows me away, guys. And this is why I wanted to do this video. I thought, you know what? I can't just talk about celebrities, because I've done that so many times, and I just wanted to show people the importance of just the symbolic nature of the door. I didn't include loads in this because there's so much, and I didn't just want to put each video in a block in it. So if you want to watch the videos, I'll get the names up for you. I have put them in there, and you can easily just go, if you go to my page and you just click on videos, you can go back to them, and some of them are in playlists. But you know, you have the realm of 11 videos. You have the which include the Hell and Heaven, and you got the door. There's a video called The Door, looking at doors, and then there's a doorway effect. There's so many other videos that you guys, you know, if you didn't watch it the first time around, should go back, and I've included a lot of the links and pictures in here. But now you can see why the doors, why one of their go-to guys is Bill Gates. Gates is the door. It's like that old term, you can't make this shit up. So I wanted to create a video, not just showing, hey, these celebrities have hanged on the door, because you can really get that just from the minute 50 from the beginning. You can see these people were found hanged on doors or doorways, and obviously some of them are conjecture, oh no they didn't, and then you'll find information saying they did. So you're there again, you're backwards and forwards. So I just wanted to make a video and go, right, these people found hanged on doors, the celebrities, the people in power, the so-called deletes, and they've been deleted. They want to delete us. They want to delete the doors. That's why they want to delete us, because we are the deleth. We are the doorway. We are the doors. It's really intriguing when you start going down it a little bit differently on that. But in the beginning, in the arch was the door, and the door was with God, and the God was word. You know, the word was God. The door is God, and you have an angel and devil on your shoulders where the key is. You can't make this shit up. You really, 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 really can't. And again, I just want to thank everyone for the support. I don't want to go on too much. I just wanted to quickly go over these things. The video speaks for itself. And it's a mind blower when you start looking at it a little bit different. So there's not just a significant nature of celebrities being found on doors, it's what actually doors mean. You know, you'd even have the band The Doors, and I put a quote in about that, because you're like, whoa. And this type of thing goes in a lot of things, and the significance of the doors, and obviously Janos, that's why he's so significant. He has many names, you know, And sometimes we do get caught up on the names, but then we forget about the nature and what it actually means. And you can see the terminology that's used for people. Oh, you are a gatekeeper. You know, so you just have to think. And hopefully I'll give you guys another opinion. Rightly or wrongly. I didn't want that opinion, Paul. You got it. So, how about that, guys? Even the word beginning means arch or arc. You know, that's why when people are in power, they're called archons. Because they were the first person in charge. So it's really, 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 really. I'm just. You know, you start picking things and I'm cleaning it as you're making a video. So, guys, what do you think? Is this a good enough video to watch? I hope it is. I will premiere this, even though there's a lot of old stuff in it. Putting it together just refreshes the mind, and you're like, wow, I did not know that. And a lot of things I don't know. And the significant nature of the door, because look how many doors are in this realm. You know, in other videos I go into the chi, and obviously different people's, even the colour of the door can affect. I mean, think about it now. When the angel of death was sent down in Egypt, what did people do? They put blood on the door, and that stopped them from coming in. Why not on the wall? Why not on the path? Because the doorway is significant. What about the windows? The windows were open. Chimney could go down. No. Because the door is God. And God put the blood on the door and said, no, you're not passing. Bit like thinking from Lord of the Rings, thou shalt not pass. Because it's showing you the significant nature. And in the videos I talk about vampires need your permission to come over the threshold. We have an old tradition in England and in Europe. I don't know if, again, around the world does it, but New Year, the New Year's resolution, I've talked about this many times. Your New Year resolution, your New Year, the vows to the God of January is, yes, I know, but I won't say it. But you open the front door, you open the back, and you let the New Year in, and it cleans away all bad luck that you may have had. So these things happen, whether you like it or not, like I keep saying. And yes, some of the words I'm playing with, I don't pretend, and I don't, that's to say, hey, these are facts. No, they're just my opinion. They're a spell, and how you use the spell affects how it is labelled and the effect in the medium, the cymatics in this realm. So if I can see these spells, are they actually hiding things like this, like I keep showing you? Like the devil, evil, the force of evil, all in that spell. Wow. So please, guys, like, share and subscribe. I've really enjoyed making this video. It took me a while and took a lot of editing, because I just want to put bits in. I don't want to put overly too much. I just want you guys, if you've not saw those videos, to go in and go, whoa, let me have a look at those, because some of them are over an hour long, so you can't put that in. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this chapter, this video on the doors and the doorknob rituals, and hopefully I'll see you again. Hopefully you'll say yay, more. So like, share and subscribe, and again, if you want to help the channel more, please hit, there's a link in the description if the QR on the screen doesn't work. All the help is truly appreciated. And the last thoughts, again, like the beginning, goes to our brother Brian. Rest in peace, Brian. Bye.